Hi, welcome back to my channel, or rather, welcome to my atelier. So, you might have noticed that I changed my handles in all of my social media. All the usernames have been changed, all my profile pictures have been changed, the banner pictures, everything has changed. I've been working on this for some time now. I started actually thinking about properly designing like an avatar and sort of a series of, I guess, like brand colors for my channels a while ago, like more than a year ago. But I never quite got around to it. I kept playing with different ideas, and if you've been around for a while, well, you remember the picture that I was using before this, and if you've been around for even longer, then you remember this other one, and you know these emotes that I've used in videos before. And if you've been around my social media, specifically my Instagram, then you know this guy. My little fish, my goldfish, and his name is Oscar. I created Oscar about 2 years ago. It started with just a sketch really on a sketchbook, and I just really liked how the fish looked, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make stickers of this guy, and his name is Oscar. And I took the stickers and prints of the drawings I made of Oscar, my goldfish, this goldfish, to a fair. I've actually taken them to all the fairs I've been to in the past 2 years, and people went crazy for Oscar. Everybody loved this little fish, and now he's like one of my favorite things I've ever drawn. And as I have been thinking about, designing a logo for a brand so that I can register it as, say, small business here in my country and everything, and I've been trying to figure things out, I kept going back to Oscar instead of just like a picture of me. But even though I wanted to include Oscar in my logo somehow, it didn't quite feel right. So I thought about, hey, what if we make a new avatar for me, that I can turn into like a PNG tuber and everything. And what if my avatar matches the style that I used to draw Oscar, so that they both match, and Oscar can be like the mascot, the pet of my avatar. And I was like, that's a good idea. So I started drawing, just testing a little bit my ideas, and I landed eventually on this one. It's a very simple sort of avatar for me. It's very round, lots of curves. You've got sort of the mullet style. The hairstyle, at least, is pretty similar to how my own hair looks when it's cut in a mullet style. I do have these like two swoops at the sides because my hair is not straight, so weird shapes occur when it's very short. I really like how it turned out, and of course, because I'm obsessed with vampires and I've been obsessed with elves since I was a very small kid, a very small child, and I watched Lord of the Rings. I decided that this avatar of mine would have to be a vampire, and that this vampire would just happen to have elvish ears because I like it, and that's it. I don't need another reason other than I freaking like it, okay? And of course, I gave the new avatar, I gave them the red tipped hair. A couple of years ago, not a couple of years ago, more like 7 years ago actually. Man, it's been a long time. But 7 years ago, I dyed my hair, and it was awesome. I dyed it. Actually, I'm just gonna show you a photo of this. It was like a very cool gradient of like red, orange, and yellow, and I called it my flame hair, my fire hair. I loved it, and I've wanted to go back to that hair color, but I just haven't gone around to it, because it's quite expensive to get it professionally dyed. And it's just, right now, it's not like an expense that I can actually justify, but I keep dreaming of seeing my hair with red in it again, because red is like one of my favorite colors. So of course, my avatar should have red hair because it's like my dream. And then, of course, after I had like the general look of the avatar, I was like, well, now we need to redo the Meet the Artist page thing, because I was using a different one in my social media that was like very old and also like very desaturated. Like the drawing was fine, but the color is like, ew. So, of course, I was like, okay, we need to redo this. So I kept thinking, okay, we're gonna add like very basic information about me so people can get to know me a little. And by the way, if you haven't watched the channel before, if by any chance you happen to be new here, and I also just realized that I never quite introduced myself. I guess people that have been watching my videos for a while already know who I am, but many people probably have no idea who the hell I am because I never made like a channel introduction, or I've never told my story, which seems to be quite a failure on my part. And also, you might have noticed that I'm a lot less tongue-tied, and that's because I actually slept enough. The semester has finally ended, and I am happy again. It's like the spark of life has been breathed back into me. I'm so happy that the semester is over. It was really a struggle in there for some time. I wanted to give up at many points in the semester, but I survived and I actually got very good grades in all my classes, so I'm very happy about it. I survived and I'm no longer tongue-tied, so that's great because I no longer keep, stumbling over my words, because my brain is actually functioning now that I am back to sleeping more than 8 hours, so that's great. Well, back to what I was saying, right? This new avatar is just gonna represent me going forward, in all my social media. They're gonna be like my avatar for everything. They're gonna represent me in social media. They're me, yeah. And I just love the red tipped hair. I've always loved red hair. I want to go back to having red tipped hair. I also just cut my hair like yesterday. Was it yesterday? Oh my god, it was yesterday. And I really cut it like super short. Like, this is the shortest I've had it. I think I have the same haircut that Zendaya has right now, like the very short pixie. It's kind of like that. This is the shortest I've ever cut my hair. I'm not quite sure I like it yet. Like, it's growing on me, but I still prefer the mullety style. I like my hair a little bit more messy. I'm totally getting off track. Back to the Meet the Artist illustration that I'm doing here. Of course, I decided I wanted to keep the hot pink color because that has actually been pretty consistent in all my profile pictures since like 2019, I think, or something. I've kept that hot pink for a long time. I don't know why. It's like my favorite color. Actually, any kind of like red adjacent color is my favorite. I really like red, but I'm really fond of like this hot pink. It's not quite red, and it's not quite like a pink. Like, it's not pink. It's not quite magenta based. It's more of a red hot pink, so I really like it. It's like a perfect color. It's also the color that I constantly paint on my nails, so it's pretty consistent for me. And I decided that I would keep it because it was also the main background color in my previous profile pictures, so it made sense to keep it so people could keep associating it with me and recognizing the profile picture despite the change. So a little bit about me, because I keep getting sidetracked. I almost never write scripts for my videos unless I'm making like more fancy vlogs where I want to be a little bit more poetic and put together, but usually I don't write scripts. So if I ramble, I'm sorry, but by this point, if you're here, you already know that I'm a yapper, okay? So just bear with me. So back to introducing myself. Hi, if you don't know me, this is me. Hello. My name is Nia, or I go by Nia. I am almost 24 years old. Almost, not quite. I'm actually gonna be 24 by the end of this month. My birthday is on the 30th. And yeah, I'm gonna be 24. I'm an artist, currently studying painting in the UCR, or what we call the University of Costa Rica, because I am from Costa Rica. And yeah, currently studying my painting major. It's actually, I'm actually almost done with my painting major. I actually start my thesis next year. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with my thesis. I have a lot of ideas, but I haven't chosen what to do yet. I have to choose soon though. Again, getting off track. Hello, yes, right. I'm an artist from Costa Rica. I'm currently in university. I also very much like making content, as you can see, as you can infer from this. I like making videos. I actually started this channel a very, very long time ago. I bet nobody knows when I started, because when I started, I actually did upload like 5 videos before I deleted them all because I was like, oh, this is horrible. But I think my first video, I think I uploaded my first video when I was like 14 or 15, and back then I had even bought a wig and a mask to keep my identity like secret, you know, private. And I was uploading like time lapses of my drawings when I was drawing fan art. And I actually know, I'm pretty sure I know what my first video was. I think it was either like a Katara drawing or a drawing I did of the characters from Soul Eater. It was Death the Kid and Maka. So yeah, those were like my first videos, and I was 14. But that was a long time ago, and I think I was like so embarrassed by the whole thing that I erased and reposted the videos like 5 times, and then I didn't touch YouTube for like a very long time until, I don't know, like 6 years ago, I think. No. Yeah, like maybe 5 years ago was when I started making videos again, and I was like, okay, let's try this, but actually, you know, do it properly this time. So yeah, I've been making videos for a while. Not very successfully, but doesn't mean that I'm gonna give up, you know. I don't want to give up. I make videos obviously because it would be awesome if this could become a job for me. Obviously, that would be great. But also, I just like making videos. I like editing. I mean, I like editing video. I just really, really hate editing the audio. Like, that is the true torture of it. It's just really, really time consuming. You have no idea how painful it is to get, you know, you're done with the video editing, you have added all the effects, you cut everything that needed to be cut, and then you're like, oh shit, the audio is a fucking mess. Maybe there's too much background noise, or maybe your voice for some reason is all over the fucking place, and some parts are whispery, some parts are like completely inaudible, some parts are really loud. And that is for me torture. I can spend like 2 or 3 hours just trying to normalize the entire audio of a video, and that's awful. But I do like making videos. It's fun, and I actually, you know, as I said, if you might have watched the video, but at the start of the year I made a video about like my resolutions and hopes for the year, and I was like, I'm actually gonna upload every 2 weeks. I swear to do this, and I want to try to get monetized, you know. So we're now like right at the middle of the year, right? Yeah, it's the 7th month already, and I'm actually pretty proud to say that I have kept up with my promise, or rather with that resolution. I have been updating every 2 weeks consistently. So that's great. I mean, it has been a little bit messy, and many of the videos have been pretty rushed, especially the last like 4, because I've done them during the worst time of the semester when I was super busy. But other than that, it's been great. And it's been great, yeah. So basically, I'm an art student, and I've been pretty busy. I am pretty busy. I like making videos. So here I am making videos. I hope to make more videos that I've been making lately. Now that I am almost finishing my degree, I'll have more time to actually make all the videos that I haven't been able to make lately. I have so many ideas, projects that I have been put in the back burner. I have so many ideas of things that I want to make and show you. I want to do tutorials, probably more like crafts and DIY stuff. A lot of stuff. I've made some DIY videos before, like the jeans one. I've made a lot of stuff, but I want to make more. As a person, you know, I like anime. I like video games. I love books. I love reading and writing. I wrote my first story when I was like 9 years old. I'm not saying it was good. I'm just saying that I wrote my first one at 9 years old. I actually still have it, because when I'm having like, you know, like a bout of insecurity about my writing or something, or when I feel like I won't make it, I look back at that document that I wrote when I was 9 years old, and I'm like, no, never mind, I did get better. I actually have made so much progress, because that story that I wrote when I was 9, that is some peak cringe content right there. It's really bad. But yeah, I've been writing for a while. I think I'm pretty distracted. I don't know if I have ADD, like ADHD, but I'm definitely something. Or I'm just distracted. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just the kind of person that gets really distracted easily. Obviously, I love illustration. I've been obsessed with fantasy since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I loved Harry Potter, until J.K. Rowling kind of went evil. But I did love Harry Potter when I was a kid. And I absolutely adore Percy Jackson and everything that Rick Jordan has done. I love all that kind of fantasy. I also read in my time all the books with Hunger Games, Maze Runner. I have read a lot of books. I also read Lord of the Rings when I was younger. A lot younger. I loved dragons. I loved the Aragorn series. If you know that one, you got culture, because that's old, and we quite never got to see a proper adaptation of the books. There was an attempt, but oh man, that thing is bad. But yeah, I love everything with dragons, so of course I love How to Train Your Dragon. When the first movie came out, I was so obsessed. I went crazy for it. Like, one of my dreams is to have like a huge life-sized plushie of Toothless that I can actually sit on. That would be great. And yeah, I love dragons. I love pasta. I love sushi. Like, those are like my favorite foods, which is why I added a small drawing of a pesto container because I love pesto. If you don't know what pesto is, it's like this green sauce made of basil, born in Italy. It's so good. It's my favorite thing since I was like a toddler, along with cheese. Yeah, those are like my favorite things. Reading, writing. I'm currently absolutely obsessed with very like cozy life sims, specifically like Stardew Valley, especially Stardew Valley. I also love Cult of the Lamb, Terraria. Once upon a time, I was a Minecraft fan, but that was really short-lived when I was a teenager. I think that happened to everyone. So yeah, currently I really loved Stardew Valley and Cult of the Lamb. Currently, very much love Cult of the Lamb. I also, love The Amazing Digital Circus. I kind of lurk on the internet. I know that I don't post much on like my Instagram or my Tumblr, but I am present. I'm aware of things. In general, aware of things. I also love sculpting. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you already know that I like sculpting, especially like small figurines and such. I absolutely hate tomatoes. Ever since I was like a toddler, I've always hated tomatoes. I don't know why. They just taste really bad. It's just, they remind me of like soap. No, not soap. It's just, I don't know, they're like bitter. And the texture and the appearance of like the center of the tomato, ugh, gross. No, I hate them. Like, if they're roasted or something, I don't mind them as much. But it's like the raw, like squelchy tomato, like the very wet raw tomato that I hate. And I also really hate when there's a lot of romance in a series or book, but there is no fucking plot because they just concentrated on the romance. Like, no. Give me the plot, damn it, I came for the plot. So obviously, I hate AI. You will never see me touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. It's been quite, like, how many years has it been since AI, like, truly, researched in our lives? What, 4 or 5 years? I have never touched AI since, since OpenAI and ChatGPT came out. None of them, not to Google, not anything, not to ask them a question. I haven't used them. I don't plan to ever use them. I cannot do it with a good conscience, On my conscience, I can't. I'm aware of how horrible the consequences are for the environment and everything that it entails when it comes to education and critical thinking. you'll never see me touch AI. So yeah, that's a thing that you can be reassured of. And I also hate coffee, which I know is a hot point. It's a hot take, but it's not because, well, no, I do hate the taste of it, sorry. But it's not just the taste, it's that it actually, yeah, it just tastes bad and smells bad. It smells like coal. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It smells like coal and ash for me. Not only does it smell like coal and ash and taste like coal and ash, but also it just, I don't know, it just like gives me acidic burn in my stomach. Like, heartburn. I don't know. I don't like it. And my stomach really doesn't like it. I think the coffee is just too acidic for me and it doesn't sit well with me. So I don't drink it. I don't like it. I don't like the smell of it. I don't like the taste of it. But I'll always say yes to a good matcha. That I can drink. And it does taste very good to me. I also very much like the cold. I love the forests. I hate the beach. The only reason that I go to the beach is to be with people that I love. But I really, really hate the beach. It is so freaking hot. You sweat all the time. The hot is just like scalding your skin. Again, sweat, and so much sand. And I hate the sand. And yeah. And I listen to a lot of different music, actually. I go from like listening to Celtic music to like soundtracks like the Hades soundtrack or the Detroit Become Human soundtrack, which is like, by the way, like my favorite game of all time. And I've been listening a lot to like Phantom Sita, which is, if you don't know, Phantom Sita is a new girl group that is managed by Ado, like a Japanese girl group, and it's such a good group. They make such cool music. I am obsessed with it. I've been listening to the music nonstop for a couple of months. And I also love Aurora, of course, the Norwegian singer. I love her. I also listen to a lot of BTS and Gorillaz. I also really, really love Gorillaz and AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Nightwish. There's a lot of variety. Metallica. I listen to a lot of things. And I really like just fantasy in general. So you'll always see me reading something. And yeah, I think that's about it. And fun fact, I also have a Tamagotchi. Like my dad gave me one for Christmas a couple years ago, and I carry it around with me, so it felt right to add it into this Meet Me illustration. And yeah, I think that's about it. I talked a lot more than I thought I would, so this video is gonna be longer than I thought it would be, but hopefully it doesn't take me long to edit it, because I'm leaving for a trip tomorrow, so I have like 8 hours to edit this. Okay, let's get this done. And yeah, that's who I am. And if you want to see videos about like DIY, crafts, art, video games, books, you name it. If you like creativity in general, maybe consider subscribing. Who knows? Maybe you'll see something that piques your interest. And give it a like if you have enjoyed just hear me talk and watching me draw this little Meet Me illustration. And I'll see you later. Yeah, I'll see you later. So good evening, good night, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is, wherever you are, and bye.